we'll begin. So we'll start in a comfortable seat. You can just gently flex the feet a little and just soften the palms of the hands down on top of the knees. Just roll the shoulders up to the ears as you take a deep breath in. And complete breath out as you allow them to melt down the back. Take another deep breath in through the nose. And back out through the nose. And then you'll just bring that right hand up. We'll begin today's practice with pranayama, our nadi shodhana breath practice. So you'll bring the index finger and the middle finger together and you'll just place it between the brow, the third eye. You'll take that right thumb to the right nostril and just breathe in through the left. At the top of that breath, you'll block that left nostril and breathe out through the right. Breathing in through the right. Breathing out through the left. Continue to alternate this breath through the left, out through the right. Breathing in and breathing out. So you can flow in your own rhythm of breath. If you'd like to take it a little longer, a little deeper, you can. Or if you feel like you need to shorten the breath, you can. I invite you to notice the quality of breath that travels through one nostril. I invite you to observe sensation as that breath runs up and down through the hairs of the nostril. I invite you to be completely aware of what's happening with this breath. And as you continue to breathe, I invite you just to soften that right shoulder and elbow. When your awareness shifts from the breath to sensation in the body, and just return. Inviting the breath to anchor you here. Inviting the breath to cultivate balance, equanimity between mind and body. To cultivate balance between the left and the right side of the body. So we began with the breath on the left side. And the breath out on the left side is one complete round. So I want you to flow through 5 more complete rounds of breath, breathing in through the left, out through the right, in through the right, out through the left. That being 1 round, so for 4 more complete rounds of breath. Only when you have finished that last round of breath, you'll soften the palm of the hand back onto the knee. Just taking your time. And in that time, you can set an intention for this practice. Just ask yourself what it is that you're searching for today, what the heart is asking for. Maybe just connecting to an emotion. or a way of being. And honor the space that you're in today. Honoring if you feel strong, if you feel tired, if you feel depleted or energized. Knowing that throughout the practice today you can take any option, any modification that you like. You can settle in child's pose, you can come back to the seat, you can pause in downward dog, you can skip any vinyasa. And then you'll just reach those arms out as wide as you can so the fingertips come to the floor. And then on an inhale, you'll reach them up, spread those fingers wide, gaze up, bring the palms to meet. And then on an exhale, cactus the arms, draw the elbows out. Continue to flow on that exhale as you draw those elbows down. And then reach those fingers back out to the floor. Take an inhale. Palms to meet. Exhale, elbows slowly draw down towards the sidelines of the body. And then reach those fingers out. Take another inhale. Exhale, see where you can squeeze through the side body, the scapula to meet, reach the fingers, inhale. And then exhale, draw them down, reach out. We'll take one more inhale, sweep those hands up, palms to meet. Exhale, elbows out in line with the shoulders, cactus here. So we'll begin to drop the palms of the hands to the floor. Note how the elbows are in line with the shoulders. Spread those fingers wide, and then we'll draw it back up. Good. We'll continue to move with those hands down and then bring them back up. So spread the fingers and you'll begin to notice little sensations, tingling, that heat building in the back and the front of the body, front of the heart, in the shoulders, the elbows. We'll take 3, 2, and 1. Lift them back up to cactus. Good. And then reach around, draw the palms together, round through the upper back and tuck the chin in. Good. Inhale as we open as wide as you can with a little bend in those elbows. Exhale, draw them together, chin in. Sit back a little. Inhale, draw forward. Exhale, in. As you open, bring the shoulder blades to meet. Good. As you close, chin into chest, sink back a little. In and then out. Good. Inhale. We'll take one more exhale, round in, chin in. And then inhale back to your cactus arms. Fingers reach up, spread them wide. And then we'll draw the elbows towards one another. Right arm will come on top of the left for eagle arms. Good. So from here, let's sit tall. Lengthen through the spine. Draw the elbows up in line with the shoulders here. Reach through those fingers once again. So this will be a common theme in our practice today, as will eagle, as will cactus. So you can breathe into the back of the body, the space between the shoulders. On your next inhalation, you'll draw elbows up, fingers up, gaze up, little arc in the lower back. And then as you exhale, you'll draw elbows down towards the belly, chin into chest, and then round through the back. Good. Take an inhale, lift it up. On your exhale, draw it down, but shift forward so elbows draw towards the floor. They may or may not touch. Good. Inhale, draw it up. Exhale, open those arms. Good. You can reach those hands back behind you. Switch the lace of the legs. Bring the arms up, sweep them up, palms to meet. And then exhale, cactus those arms. Don't worry, we won't repeat all of that on the same side. We'll draw the elbows towards one another. Left arm over top of right. Again, spread the fingers, reach them up. Align the elbows with the shoulders. Good. Breathe into the back of the body. And then on your next inhalation, you allow the elbows to travel up, the gaze up, fingers up. Exhale, draw the elbows in towards the belly, chin into chest, and round through the upper back. Inhale, draw it up, gaze up. Exhale, this time elbows travel forward. Maybe they come towards the earth, maybe not, that's okay. Round through the shoulders. Inhale, draw them up. Exhale, open cactus. And then bring those hands down in front. We'll roll over top of the knees or meet us in tabletop. Good. From tabletop, set the knees up underneath the hips so they're hip width apart. Hands just slightly out in front of you, so a little further in front of the shoulders. We'll take the chest and the chin to the floor, elbows bend into the side. Keep the core engaged. On an inhale, push back up. And then shoot the buttocks back towards the heels, the toes are tucked. You can gaze to those hands. Inhale, we'll draw forward. Drop the chest and the chin. You can slightly bend the elbows. You don't have to come all the way to the floor. Push up and then press back. So working through the arcs of the feet. If this is too much for the toes, the arms, just modify. You don't have to come all the way back. You can untuck those toes. We'll just take 2 more like that. Inhaling forward, exhaling, lowering. Inhale, push up. Exhale, push back to the heels. We'll meet here. You can wiggle a little side to side. I love to do this to feel that through the arcs of my feet, but also my shoulders, through the side body. And we will come up into downward facing dog. So you can lift the knees, lift the buttocks up high, hips to the sky. Keep the knees bent as you draw the chest close to the thighs. You can gently begin to play here by extending through the heels, just moving to find length, to work through any tension, to invite in more space. And then we will begin to slowly walk those feet towards the top of the mat. Don't worry, we'll get more time in downward facing dog a bit later. And you can hang out in ragdoll, so hands to the elbows, head down towards the floor, gaze between those heels or the thighs. Shifting that weight forward, so we're pressing the weight into the tops of the feet. You can extend a little through the legs. You can sway a little side to side. And then you'll release the hands down to the floor. You'll slowly begin to roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. And you'll find yourself in Tadasana at the top of the mat. Feet are hip width apart. Head, tail tucked under. Neutral position with the lower back, that natural curve. The navel draws in, shoulders draw down, and again reach through those fingers, spread them wide. On an inhale, reach the hands up, bring the palms to meet. On an exhale, draw those elbows out to the side, cactus. Inhale, reach them up. Exhale, fold over top of the legs. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift, hands to shins, draw the heart up, shoulders back. Exhale, plant the hands, right foot comes back. Drop that right knee down to the floor. You can untuck the toes if it's okay for the knee. And then draw that right hip flexor down. On an inhale, we'll rise up to our low crescent lunge. Good. Find that alignment with the torso. If you need to shift this left hip back a little, make sure knee and ankle are on top of one another. Good. Take another inhale as you reach up. Gaze up, maybe little mini back bend, and then exhale, draw those elbows out to the side. Good. Take that right hand down towards the floor. Use a block if you need. Left hand travels over to the right side. Reaching through those fingers, drawing shoulder back. Inhale through center. Left hand comes down. Maybe you just take it to the hip, or the fingertips can touch the floor or that block. Inhale through center. Exhale, bring those hands down to frame the foot. Left foot steps back to your plank pose. Good. Drop the knees if you need to, or lower all the way down on your exhale. We'll take baby cobra. Lift the palms of the hands. Draw elbows back, shoulders back, chest lifts. Exhale, lower down. This time, lightly plant the palms of the hands to the floor, to the side body. Lifting for cobra as you inhale. Exhale, lower down. We'll come up again, spread the hands out a little bit wider, inhale. Maybe come off of the mat, and then exhale. The next option, we'll press down through the fingertips, tenting And then lifting chest, heart. Exhale, lower. Bring the hands back underneath you, cobra pose in. Press through the knees, draw back, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Take an inhale and exhale. Right leg goes high, inhale, reach through those toes, keep the hips squared. Exhale, draw knee in towards the nose round and then step that foot forward. Drop that back left knee down towards the floor. Inhale, sweep those hands up, gaze up, palms to meet. And then exhale, spread those elbows wide. Draw that right arm over top of the left, eagle arms. Reach through those fingers and then take an inhale as you reach up, drop that left hip. And then exhale, spread the arms, step forward and fold with an exhale. Inhale, sweep the hands up, gaze up, palms to meet. Exhale, cactus arms. Good. Inhale, reach up, side body bend, right hand down, left hand reaches as you exhale. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand reaches over. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthen, lift to heart, shoulders back. Exhale, left foot goes back, drop that knee. Again, untuck the toe if you need. Set yourself up, knee in line with the ankle. You will reach those hands up. Draw the hips back a little if you need. Inhale, reach up through those fingers. Exhale, cactus the arms. Good. You'll take left hand down to the floor, right hand reaches up, side body bend. And draw that shoulder back. And then draw it back up. Inhale. Exhale, cactus. Drop that right hand. Again, use the block if you need, or the hand to the hip, over to the right. Inhale, reach it up. And then exhale, bring those hands down, frame the foot, right foot steps back, plank pose. On your exhale, lower all the way to the floor. We'll take 5 more of those. Inhale, baby cobra, lift the palms, draw the shoulders back, elbows back. Exhale, lower. Lightly press through the hands, inhale. Cobra. Exhale. You'll take the hands slightly out wider, elbows back beside the torso, lifting in. And then out. Last one, you can tent onto those fingers, elbows draw in, chest lifts, and then out. Come back to your cobra pose, back, in, lift up, push through the knees, tuck those toes, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, complete breath out. Left leg goes high, inhale, 3-legged dog. Keep the hips squared. Exhale, draw knee in towards the nose round. And lightly step it forward. Drop that right knee. Come up, reaching the hands up. Good. Exhale, draw those elbows out. You'll draw left arm over top of right, eagle arms. Elbows in line with the shoulders, and then take them up. Inhale. And then exhale, release, step it forward, and exhale, fold in. Inhale to stand tall, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach up. Side body bend, right hand drops down, left hand over, exhale. Inhale, reach both palms up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm up, exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, right foot goes back. Keep that knee lifted. Drop that right hip flexor, engage that right glute. Very nice. Good. And then we'll sweep those hands up, crescent lunge. Reach up, draw that right hip forward. On an exhale, draw those elbows out and knee to touch the floor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down. Inhale. And exhale. In. Out. Last one. In. Reach up. Out. Come down. Bring the hands to the floor. Left foot steps back. Plank pose. Lower through your vinyasa. So if you drop the knees, the entire body down, or move through chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, cobra or urdhva mukha. Exhale, ardha mukha. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Complete breath out. Right leg goes high. Inhale, reach through the toes. Exhale, draw knee in towards the nose, round, lightly step it forward. Left leg is long, drop that hip flexor, lift the chest, and then sweep those arms up in. On your out, draw those elbows down. Good, stay here, tuck that hip under a little bit more. Draw that heart forward, sternum is lifted, and then we'll twist over to the right side. Extend both of those arms, reach through the fingers. And then inhale, high lunge. Exhale, bring those hands to the floor, left foot steps forward and fold. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale. Exhale, side body bend over to the right. Inhale. Exhale, side body over to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthen, lift halfway. Exhale, left foot travels back. Left hip flexor drops. Left glute is engaged. And then reach those arms up, crescent lunge. A tuck of the tail, navel draws in, ribs draw down. And then exhale, draw those elbows down, knee to touch the floor. Good, inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. Inhale. And out. Let's come up, in, reach up. And then exhale, bring it down. Right foot goes back to your plank pose. Good. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa. Choose that option. You have 5 of those options through cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg goes high, inhale. Exhale, draw knee in towards the nose, round and step it forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus arms. Lift the heart up. And then twist over to the left side. Extend those arms, reach through the fingers. Align the torso. Good, inhale, high lunge. Exhale, fold forward, right next to the left. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. Exhale, bring the palms of the hands to heart space. Settle in, Tadasana, mountain pose. Moving forwards. Utkatasana, sweep the hands along the floor, bend the knees, stick the buttocks out. So feet can be hip width apart here. You can allow that natural curve in the lower back to be there, but just draw the navel in. Strong legs as we sink a little bit deeper, shift that gaze forward if it's okay for the neck. And then draw those elbows out, cactus. Good. Inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, lift. Exhale, take right foot back, drop that hip. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, draw those elbows out, drop that knee to the floor. Good. From here, we're going to take right arm over top of left. Sorry, left arm on over top of right. Good. So the front leg is always the arm that's on top. Spread those fingers. Take that gaze up, lift up. And on your exhale, draw those elbows down in between that left leg over to the right side. So you can extend that back leg. You can lift the buttocks up a little as you straighten through that left leg. And then inhale, rise up, crescent lunge with the bind of the arms. Exhale, fold in. Again, you can begin to extend that left leg a little, working with the glutes. Inhale. And then exhale. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, open those arms to cactus. And then bring those hands down and we'll fold over this left leg now. So step that right foot forward, drop the heel, lift the chest, inhale. Lengthen through the spine, exhale, folding in. Take some time to be here, to move through any ickiness, any sensation that does not quite feel nourishing. Just making sure you keep pressing through that big toe to protect the knee so you're not doing any damage. And then slowly you begin to rise up. You can frame the foot with the hands. Maybe you're on the fingertips, that's okay. Let's step that right foot back a little. Left leg sweeps up, three-legged dog, inhale. And then exhale, we'll flow through Vinyasa. So you can drop this left foot if you need from plank or keep it lifted. In, rise up, out, draw back. Both feet together, bend the knees, draw the chest back towards the thighs. And then you can take that gaze forward. Take a deep breath in, breath out. Inhale, lift the buttocks up a little higher, rise higher up into the toe mound. And then exhale, step or float it forward. Inhale, lift halfway, lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, return to Utkatasana. Exhale, sink the buttocks low. You can draw those elbows out. Good. Again, core engaged. So the tailbone lengthens towards the floor. And then on an inhale, sweep the hands up, gaze up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthen, lift. Exhale, draw left foot back. Bend that right knee. Inhale, sweep the hands up, crescent lunge. And then exhale, cactus arms, drop that left knee. Good, right arm on top of left, eagle arms. Elbows up, reach up through the fingers. Gaze up. And then exhale, we'll fold forward. Lift that back knee. And then draw that right shoulder to the inside. Fingers to the floor maybe. Inhale, let's rise up. Crescent lunge, gaze up. Exhale, elbows come to the inside of that leg. Good, inhale. And exhale. In. Out. Last one will come in, rise up. And then out, spread those arms wide and fold over that right leg. Left foot steps forward, drop that left heel. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Draw shoulders onto the back body. And then exhale, fold forward at the hips. So find this long spine, this long right leg. And breathe. You can adjust the hands if you need. Remembering the blocks are always there if you have them, to find a little more length and space. And then you'll just begin to reach those hands forward to frame the foot. Step that left foot forward, back a little. Right leg sweeps up high, three-legged dog. Inhale. And then exhale, draw it forward through Vinyasa. You can drop that foot if you like. Inhale, Cobra or Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Ardha Mukha, downward facing dog. Again, we'll bring the feet together, the inner lines of the legs together. We'll bend the knees, draw the chest back towards the thighs, and then just shift that gaze forward. Press firmly down through the palms of the hands, the fingers. Good. On your next exhale, you'll step or float it forward, top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, cactus those arms. Good. Stay here. We are going to lift that right leg up from the floor. Good. Just a hover. You can flex that foot. And then you'll take that right leg over the top of the left for eagle legs. Maybe you bind the foot behind that left calf muscle and then draw the arms together. Left arm on top. Eagle pose. Reach through those fingers. Elbows up. And then maybe you can sit back the hips back a little bit deeper. Folding in, elbows towards the knees. Only as an option. Keep that drishti out in front. That focus is strong. And inhale as you rise back up. Release this right foot. Keep that bend in the left. Warrior three. Option to drop that foot to the floor if you need. Or lift that leg up. Keep it in line with that left hip. So drop outer edge of that right foot. Keep reaching through those hands. Option, hands to the floor. Good, choosing your path. Good, we'll take that right foot back, 45-degree warrior one, rise up, inhale. And then exhale, dive it in. Let's draw that left shoulder to left knee. Good. We'll keep that hip bent, so bend a little deeper into that left leg. You can take this left foot out a little if you need, to come a little closer with those elbows to the floor. 3, 2, draw that left hip back a little. 1, release the bind of the arms, walk the hands to the right side. Good, we turn into this wide leg forward fold, so just adjust the outer edges of the feet so they match parallel to the short edges of the mat. Come up onto the fingertips, find a little length in the spine, draw the shoulders back. Stick the booty out, so pressing through those toes. Just have a very micro bend through those knees, and then think about spreading the buttocks wide. Good. There we go, and then we can begin to fold in. You can take hands, let's take the hands back to a cactus. So hands will come to the shins, the ankles, or the outer edges of the feet. And we take that bend in the elbows. Draw the head down towards the floor, the chest in as close as you can between the legs. And breathe. Stay here. Very nice. Next inhalation, you'll release the legs, so bring the hands back out. Let's engage the core, so zip it up, press through those big toes, a slight bend in those knees once again, and we're going to cactus those arms up. Okay, so the chest is in line with the hips. Here, draw elbows back, core stays engaged, press through the pinky toe edges. Good. Bend those knees, sweep the hands up, turn the heels in for goddess pose. Bring the hands to heart space. So knees directly on top of the heels. Good. And then we'll bring those arms back out to cactus. Elbows up. We'll drop the palms of the hands parallel to the floor, and then back up. Down, up, down, up. Good. And then we'll bring them up. We'll draw those elbows down so the scapula to meet. We'll bring those hands down to interlace. Let's interlace the opposite thumb on top, so the awkward way. Press the palms together, extend through those legs, turn the heels out, and we fold forward over top of the legs. With the interlace, so the arms reach out towards the sky, maybe towards the front of the room. Taking 3 more complete breaths in this bind. And then you begin to lift up back to that halfway, press through the toes, a slight bend in those knees just to protect. And then you'll release those arms, bring them back out. You'll sweep those hands down around to the top of the mat. Good. You'll lower that right hip, press through the palms of the hands, left foot steps back, plank pose. And then lower through your vinyasa. Choose to skip this or hold plank. So again, we're going to practice with that little hop to the top of the mat. So bring the feet together, knees bend, gaze is forward between the thumbs. And then exhale, step or float it forward. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, utkatasana. Exhale, cactus those arms. Stay here. Good. Sink the buttocks a little bit deeper. And then you'll lift that left knee, left foot, flex the foot. Good. And then you'll bring that left foot over top of the right. Maybe you hook that calf muscle. And then the right arm over top of left. Good. Reach those elbows up in line with the shoulders. Spread the fingers. You can either choose to stay out here or sink a little bit deeper. Good. Drawing those elbows in towards the knees. Switching that gaze, that drishti, down. Keeping that focus. And then slowly you'll begin to rise back up. You'll reach that left leg off, keep that right knee bent, and extend it out. Again, you can choose to drop the top of the foot here or lift it up. You can choose to drop the hands if you like, or unbind. But think about dropping that left hip down towards the floor. Good. Keeping those elbows in line with the shoulders, but reaching those fingers forward. And then slowly we'll drop that left foot back 45 degrees. Warrior one, lift up, bend into that front knee, and exhale, drop it down. Right shoulder to the inside of that right knee. Adjust that back foot as you need. Bend a little deeper into that knee and then draw that hip back. Good. Maybe those fingertips come to the floor. Breathe. And then you'll release. You'll draw those hands around to that left side of your mat. Turn both feet in so they're parallel with the short edge of the mat. Good. We'll bend the knees here. And then we'll begin to rise up. And bring those palms to me, gaze up. Exhale, elbows out. Let's turn the heels in. Once again, toes out. Let's draw the palms of the hands together. Good, down. So the elbows next to the side body. We'll just take little pulses here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, come on, 2, you got it, 1, good, inhale, lift up, turn those toes back in, exhale, cactus those arms, good, we'll begin to fold forward, press through the toes, and then exhale, you can fold all the way down, again, hands back to the shins, you can move a little side to side here, I really love this one here, so almost like you're moving into a half skandasana. If you would like, if it's in your practice, you want to take headstand. We've got about 5 breaths here. Maybe work on that tripod or just releasing that heat that we've cultivated in the legs. Awesome. And so if you have come up, slowly make your way down. And then we'll begin to shift, sweep those hands to the top of the mat, right foot steps back, plank pose. Good, let's hold here for a moment. If you need, you can come down onto your elbows. We'll just press through the fingertips like claws clawing the mat. Good. Keep breathing up into the space between the shoulders. And then slowly we'll begin to lower down onto the floor. Good. Let's bring those arms back out to a cactus. So the elbows in line with the shoulders, hands off of the mat here. We will lift the chest, keep the tops of the feet down, and draw those elbows back to the side body. On an inhale, we'll reach them long, palms to meet, tuck the chin. Exhale, draw them back out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, in, lifting up. In, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. In and out. Take one more in. Out, hold. Then we lift the legs. Bring the big toes to meet. The inner thighs to press. The navel is engaged. And then either we'll hold here for 5 or repeat what we just did with the legs lifted. Inhale, lift. Lengthen, exhale, squeeze. In, out. 2 more. And then out, hold. Bring those hands down and then release the legs, the cheek. Just wiggle the hips side to side. Well done. Okay, so we will again bring those arms out to cactus. Elbow in line with the shoulder. And then we'll take that left hand, place it underneath that left shoulder, bend that left knee, and just gently we're going to come over onto that right elbow. So this can be very intense with that cactus arm. So maybe you just drop that knee to the thigh. Maybe you can take it just out in front a little and push away. Or maybe the flexibility is there to roll over a little bit more. Just breathe to release that tension. the pectoral muscle. And then we'll roll through center. We'll take left hand back to cactus, right hand underneath the shoulder, right knee bends, and then a little over to the left. Keep pushing through that right hand. Maybe you drop that knee to the inner edge of the left leg. And then we'll slowly begin to roll back through center. We will take a different variation of this. We'll extend both arms out in line with the shoulders. So if you know that you have really bad shoulders already, drop that right arm down a little. So it's about 45 degrees rather than 90. And then you'll bring that left hand in, back in underneath the shoulder. You'll bend that back left knee, and then we can come over. So just noting we have a little more range of movement. Pressing through the fingertips. If you would like from here, you can take that bind behind the back. And then we'll release. The left hand comes back. Gaze over to the right. Right hand comes in, bend that knee, and then over. Again, adjust the arm as you need. Maybe you take the bind behind the back. And then release. Come back through center. Bring both hands underneath the shoulders. Press through the tops of the feet. Cobra or Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Urdhva Mukha. Press back. We'll take that right leg high. Inhale, reach to those toes. On your exhale, draw knee in towards the nose. Lift it up away from the floor. Round through the upper back as you press through those fingers. Good, keep lifting. And then drop the top of the foot out towards or just behind that left. And then we'll scoot that left knee in. So we're coming into your eagle legs. This is too much for the knees. You can take one leg out in front. So it would be the bottom leg, the left leg out in front. Or if it's okay, you'll bring it back. Make sure both sit bones are on the floor. So again, if you're finding it a little difficult to sit here, you can use a block. Otherwise, pinky toe edges of the feet down. And then we'll reach those arms up. No more cactus. So we draw those elbows together with the hands. Good, find the length through the spine. Just a lift of the gaze. A drop of the ribs. A breath into the belly. And then as we exhale, we can release. We can bring those arms forward and fold over that right leg. You can drop the chin towards the knee if that's available. You can allow the back body to round here. Important to keep that right sit bone down. So if you need to press it back a little, you can. I like to use my fingers into the mat here so I can push back, yet fold down. See where you can let go of any of that tension with the out breath. Releasing the grip. You're always holding on to something. Just observe. And just allow it to shift. And then you can slowly begin to come up. So we'll keep the binds of the legs as they are. We'll just plant the right sole of the foot to the floor, pressing through that big toe. If you had that left leg extended, it would look like that, with that left foot flexed. If you had it bound, you can stay there. We'll sweep right hand back behind us. The fingertips point out to the edges of the mat. Left hand reaches up. Lengthen through the spine, lift through the sternum. And then exhale, elbow to the outer knee. Hand to the thigh, gaze over that right shoulder. Maybe that's not available there, but you can draw that knee in and then twist back. Twisting from your center, a little further back, switching that gaze. And then you can begin to slowly release. You bring those hands forward, and dropping that right knee, extending that left leg back, downward facing dog. If you would like to move through Vinyasa, feel free to do so. We'll stay here for 3 breaths, so that those of you who are moving through Vinyasa can meet us here. And we'll take that left leg high, reach it up. Exhale, left knee in towards the nose. Lift it up in towards the heart, and the heart up in towards the sky. Press firmly through those hands. Lift it up a little bit higher. Good. And then drop that top of the foot just behind the right, and then scoot that right knee in and under. Sitting back to find our cow-facing legs, pawanmuktasana. Good. We can make sure those knife edges of the feet, the pinky toe edges are on the floor. Again, if that's too much, extend that bottom leg, flex the foot, and you're going to fold over that. Good. Adjusting both sit bones down to the floor. Inhale, reach the hands up, find length through the spine. Exhale, hands to the elbows. Draw the elbows towards one another. So the fingers down the arms. Lifting chest, neutral gaze. Dropping ribs and breathe into the belly. Let's take one more breath in. And as you breathe out, you can release those hands. You can offer it forward as we fold in. Chin towards the knee. Rounding through the upper back. Keeping this left sit bone down onto the floor so you can use the fingertips to push yourself back a little. And again, just note where you can relax a little bit more. You can let go of that grip. And then you'll slowly begin to rise, pushing up. The only thing you'll adjust is that left sole of the foot to the floor. Again, if you had that right leg extended, it'll just look like that. Okay. Both sit bones down, left hand sweeps around, fingers point to the edge of the mat, reach that right hand up. Find the leg, and then exhale, twist. Elbow maybe to the outside of the knee, or just to here. Maybe the palm of the hand towards the glute. Drop left glute down and gaze over the right shoulder. See if you can find a little more length in the inhalation, more of a twist back in the exhalation. Twisting from your center. Switching that gaze back. And then slowly you'll begin to release. Let's move forward. Let's drop that left knee. Good. Extend both legs back. And now we'll drop those knees down to the floor. Cross the legs. If it's available, you'll sit back or you'll drop the hips to one side and meet us on your buttocks. Good. Scoot the buttocks forward. Reach those hands up. Option to keep the toes down or lift them up. Think about inner thighs together. But we're going to add something a little different today. I don't normally like to do it because I find it very challenging, but we'll reach the arms up. So whether you have the feet on the floor or not, maybe that's your option with those arms lifted, or you can lift them up to halfway. If you're extra strong with your core, you can lift those legs up a little bit more. Keep finding length as you spread those fingers. You breathe in, and then out, you'll sweep those hands down towards the heels, lower to a half boat. Good. Drop those heels down to the floor, reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, palms of the hands back down to the floor. We'll come up into bridge, so feet hip width apart towards the buttocks, heels, toes down, fingers to reach the heels if that's available. Then draw the shoulders onto the back of the body. So lifting the heart up towards the sky, and then drop the navel down to the spine so the lower back meets the earth. And as you press it down here, the buttocks begins to lift up, and from there we can lift those hips. Good. Press through all corners of the feet and roll the shoulders under a little bit more. You can take an interlace, so take that left thumb on top if that's more neutral for you. Lift the hips up a little higher, squeeze the glutes together. Good, and then we'll just move those hips very, very slightly to the left. So the knees stay over top the ankles, and then move it back through center. Shift the hips just over to the right, keeping knees on top of ankles. So it's a micro movement that I could probably not see if I was watching you guys. Shift it back to center and over to the left. Back through center, over to the right. Back through center, and then release the hands, rise high up onto the tiptoes, and then slowly lower down. Good. Just draw the knees into the chest, give yourself a big embrace, draw the third eye to meet the knees, and then soften the head back onto the mat. Draw the knees down even closer, and then the heels down towards the buttocks. You can rock a little side to side. You should feel this in the upper thighs, the hip flexors, by pulling in and then drawing down. And then we'll take those arms out to cactus, elbows bent, triceps, shoulders on the mat, and we'll take those knees in line with the hips, the heels in line with the knees, and we'll drop the knees over to the left side just to hover, so not all the way. Keep pressing down through that right elbow. Good. Use the core to bring you back on an inhale, on an exhale over to the right, just to hover. Push down through that left elbow. Inhale through center. We'll do a couple more and just moving with the breath. See if you can find more length in each breath. We will complete that on the right side. So finishing up, and we'll meet with the knees back at center. You can drop the soles of the feet to the floor. You can just sway side to side. We have a couple more minutes before we finish practice today, so if you'd like to move into something more, this is the time to do so. If you're feeling complete, fulfilled, then you can just set up for Shavasana. Taking a moment to reconnect to the heart. Just following any guidance for this practice. Anything extra that you would like to move through. That may be energetically or emotionally as well. So if there is something that we are working through and you're in Shavasana, just bring awareness to that for a moment. Allow it to shift. Allow it to transform. Allow it to neutralize. And then bring the palms of the hands to heart space. In honor to that intention, to the wisdom of the heart. And I bow down to you, my teachers, thanking you for this practice. Namaste.